Sailing for the South Seas on a full sail are flying. 100 miles through the line and winds are dying. How long I will be here, I do not know. One thing I'm sure of, winds will blow.
After 5 days, Jules started feeling a little better, so he thought he could slowly walk to the post office and back. What a mistake. He managed to do that, but the pain slowly started to come back, and by the next morning he was laid up again and not able to get out of bed. Jules was most concerned that if he should fall into the water while getting into the dinghy, he may not be able to climb back aboard. He decided not to wear a life jacket though, because it makes it harder to climb in and out of the dinghy. A good friend of ours offered to pick up propane and some diesel for us, so we planned on meeting him on shore. He offered to give us a ride to the post office, but Jules thought some exercise would do him good, so we walked instead. You lock the dinghy up or what? It was hard to watch him having such a difficult time getting in and out of the dinghy. He's always had such excellent balance and was so nimble and quick.
Yeah, I made it. It hurts me right here and down the thing. But it's much better than earlier because I can walk now.
So we have a new essential tool aboard Emerald Steel. We bought this massaging tool. It's a deep tissue massaging tool. A friend of ours lent us theirs because they knew Jules was having a back problem. Bought this off of Amazon. It comes with a bunch of different attachments. You can see them. And so far we really like it. I'll show you how it works. It's got 6 different speeds. It's got a long-lasting battery. It's supposed to last up to 6 hours in one charge. And it's like a little jackhammer. It's kind of cool. Gotta find the right spot here. Give me some feedback, Jules.
All I know, it feels good and it's like hitting the spot, the nerve, sciatica. And she do that to me for about 15 minutes, right there. Oh God.
You feel good?
Yes, and you kind of have to find a spot where you feel a radiant all the way down your leg, and makes a hell of a difference.
Anyways, Jules' back seems like it's very much improving. And on top of the fact that his back is improving, I also love using this thing too.
Okay, then do my
Feels
leg
very
in,
good.
Do my leg in the bed.
Do it on your leg?
Yeah. And after doing this for like about 10 to 15 minutes, then she goes over on my leg.
You have to make sure you put down some kind of cloth or some kind of material between the massager and the body, because otherwise it'll abrade your skin or maybe pull on the hair.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Believe me, the massager costs like about 60 bucks, but it's worth every penny. After third day using it, we made a big difference feeling when I was trying to get up and try to walk. I'm still far from being totally well, but it really made a big difference.
It's getting spoiled too, though.
So for whatever it's worth, it made an improvement. I took a total of 6 ibuprofen.
You really went all out
In
there.
the morning,
Jules.
lunch and dinner, one each time for 2 days. And between that and the massaging, I can really say that the pain went away, I would say maybe 75%. Still is hard to walk, but getting up and general movements, it's a big difference.
And before I leave, I'd like to just say that I will leave a link for this underneath in the description of our video in case anybody's interested. We are so far very satisfied with it. Naturally, we receive many comments and recommendations from you, our viewers, on how you handled your sciatica and your recommendations for what Jules would do, and we really appreciate all the care and concern you show. We really appreciate the fact that you took the time to leave a comment. And Jules, being Jules, he decided not to go to the doctor because he didn't want to break his 50-year stretch of not going to the doctor, so
I decided to wait and see how my back pain develops by just simply a rest and do some exercising.
Jules does a few very simple exercises to try to stretch his muscles. On the first day, he was barely able to lift himself up, but he's slowly improving day by day. Don't worry, guys. Before you know it, he'll be whipped back into shape and be ready to take on the world.
Also, some of you said I should lose some weight, but I would rather call a spare provision. It sounds better, because every time we go for passage, I usually lose between 15 and 20 pounds, as the next video will show.
But he's going to be working on losing some weight too, because he knows that he's got to stay active and fit in between trips too, so he can actually make a passage and not get injured during the passage.
I lose the weight, just the way of living. Being back on Emerald Steel, next thing we're going to have to haul out, and naturally we're going to be working very hard, and I also have to be in a good shape. I can't go haul out and work while my back is bad. So it's going to be very important to get well so I can help Susan.
Yep, that's the next thing on our horizon is hauling out, so hopefully we're going to be doing that fairly soon.
From San Diego, I have to report I lost 18 pounds. Susan lost herself probably at 10. We arrived yesterday morning in Hiwaoa, Marquesas. Here we're anchoring in a harbor, getting ready to go to a town to check in with the gendarmes and get our visa. This beautiful harbor. It's been raining since yesterday, I would say 30 times. It rains for 5 minutes, and then it's sunny for a half an hour, and it rains for 5 minutes. It looks like we're going to be growing some too, not only vegetation.
While we went for many long walks during our stay in the Czech Republic, Jules didn't do any of the types of things that he did while living on board. We did spend a lot of time when we were there on the computer, making videos and watching TV. As you can see from some of these clips, life aboard our little ship is usually very active. From lifting me up the mast to hauling up our heavy sails. Getting Emerald Steel ready to sail is quite a task. Even though she's only 38 feet, she's heavily built with a large gaff-headed mainsail of 10 ounce. She has a 22-foot boom and a solid wood gaff which has some weight behind it. To lift the mainsail up, it takes some doing. She's built for long ocean passages though, and once the sails are set, there's not that much sail tending to do. Jules, at 70, has his work cut out for him. Although he enjoys it, things are not as easy or fast as when he was 35. Little by little, the mainsail goes up. Or painting the bottom during a haul out. All of these activities keep your body strong and flexible and probably prevent you from injuring yourself like Jules did. While on a long passage, there is no need for exercise because the life itself is exercise enough. Well, we got our new roller furling up and it seems to be working well, except for it makes a weird little whistling noise when the wind picks up. But we have to adjust the angle of the block here. Notice a little tiny bit of chafing, and our friend that was sailing down to Tahiti just had his roller furling line break, so we gotta keep an eye on it. So Jules is gonna adjust the angle of it a little bit and see how that works out. We're sailing along here about 2.5 to 3 knots. And right about latitude 30. Beautiful day out though today. Started out kind of bumpy and choppy, but the wind died and then it just came back, and it's very, very peaceful. Very nice sailing. And before we leave, we'd like to thank all of you that took the time to leave a comment and a thumb up on our last video. And we'd like to thank all of you that support our channel through Patreon and PayPal. We really appreciate your support, guys, and we will see you all next time.
Bye-bye.